Thank you for joining us. Yeah, y'all can type your names in the chat if you want for attendance, but you don't have to. So I last time I gave you all a few tips about how to write town hall questions and kind of what we're looking for. And so you might be able to see some of your questions here, and you'll be able to note that they are edited, and maybe y'all can see the format that they're written in. Okay, y'all not see my screen anymore?
It went away.
Oh no. Here we go. Y'all can see that they're edited, and y'all can see what we did. Feel free to let me know if one of these is your questions. But yeah, these are the ones that we submitted to administration. I want to before we get into the questions, I have something to tell y'all. It's a little bit of bad news. So for our town hall tomorrow, Dr. Blake, even though I want to clarify it, so this is not my fault, even though I sent out the dates and the times for our town hall on August 31st to the entire senior leadership team, including Dr. Blake and all the VPs and everybody at the school, Dr. Blake still decided in October that she would like to host an event at the same day and time as our last town hall. So not only does this mean that Dr. Blake will not be present, but neither will a lot of the VPs, or the provost. I honestly don't know who's gonna make it. I'm still hosting the town hall because this is something that I had planned from the beginning of the semester. We started planning this in the summer. So this is something that we've been wanting to do for a very long time, and I don't want to just give up, right? And if Dr. Blake decides to not show up, that's on her. So I'm not sure how many answers we'll be able to get. I'm not sure how long this meeting is gonna go. I don't think it'll be honestly the full 2 hours. I feel like this meeting might be over within 30 minutes because I'm not going to be able to answer these questions. I think Dr. Hart said that he's going to have a written response to these questions. I haven't received anything yet, so I'm not sure if that's going to happen. But I just want to let you know. Yeah, and I would really appreciate you. I would really appreciate you guys coming and participating in the town hall, just to show face, because even though the administrators aren't going to be there, we still want to show that our students still care and our students are still going to take the time out to be there. So I'd really appreciate y'all's support and attendance in the town hall. Now for the questions. Number one, Mr. Mark Denny, in the previous town hall, you discussed the university's energy performance initiative to reduce our carbon footprint. Which engineering firm is working on this initiative? Can you give us more information about this firm? What steps have they identified to reduce the university's energy consumption? Is the university actively using this advice to increase our environmental sustainability? So I think Catherine, this was your question, which I loved. Yeah, it's great. This next one I think was Angel's. UHCL's student community includes students with varying disabilities, creating the necessity for an inclusive, universal design, both structurally and academically. What steps can be taken to further understand and implement structural and academic accommodations for these students? What updates on campus have already been made for these students? What is being done to incorporate universal design at the university? At the University of Houston Clear Lake, and where can students express these concerns? Feel free to interrupt me if you guys have any questions or comments about these. 3, in the previous town hall, questions were brought up anonymously regarding the need to implement the SU policy for this semester. Did the university gather and assess student voices on this topic? How did they collect the necessary information to ascertain the student opinion on this topic? What method did the university use to make the decision to enact or dismiss this policy? Regarding the SU policy, I put 3 to 4 student testimonies that I received via email in our Senate teams. So I think somebody was I think it was just Sarah who's trying to work on a resolution for that, but I have anything that I've been receiving in my SGA inbox, I've been copy and pasting the messages through Teams to support your research for resolutions. Question number 4. In the fall 2020 semester, many students, especially in the College of Science and Engineering, experience a sudden change to their registered classes schedule because professors or administration changed the class time or format at the last minute. SGA's VP committee coordinator had one of her asynchronous online classes implement an official class time after the semester started. Considering much of the UHCL student population are working professional, this inconsistent behavior from professors and or the registrar is inconvenient and alarming. What will UHCL's administration be doing to mitigate these types of sudden changes in the coming semesters? Well, we don't have a VP committee coordinator anymore, but I mean, I guess all this still applies. UHCL's on-campus shuttle service has frequently scheduled stops at the University Forest apartment complex and intermittently scheduled stops at other locations on its route. This can be remarkably inconvenient for students who live in Hunter Hall and students who are trying to return to University Forest. Why is University Forest prioritized in this way? Is it possible to alter the shuttle schedule such that locations other than University Forest are more frequently included? Due to COVID-19, very few students come to campus, which has significantly decreased campus life. How can student organizations communicate with the student body to increase engagement during a pandemic? What strategies is the University of Houston Clear Lake using to maintain a steady stream of communication with students outside of the UHCL Get Involved platform and student emails? I think this is a very good one because even as SGA, right, we've been struggling to get in contact with the students. I would really like to know what the university is doing. The pandemic has resulted in a great deal of financial hardship for many students. Why has the 2020 tuition steadily increased throughout such a difficult time? What is UHL doing to provide financial relief for students who are struggling due to COVID-19? I think this was Zoe's question. It was a very good question. And this last question, many students continue to have trouble transitioning to an academic presence due to this pandemic. This is mainly due to students finding it difficult to manage online time commitments with other commitments as well as increased workloads from faculty. Physically coming to campus was a time management solution for many students and appropriate distraction from other commitments. Even students that attempt to remain involved at UHCL are starting to withdraw and focus on coursework, which now limits their college experience. What specific steps will be taken by UHCL to further support students in this ongoing transition to ensure that they remain successful? Are there any questions or comments? Do y'all feel like we missed anything? Do you think this is a good representation of the concerns that you guys presented? Does anybody feel like their voice isn't being heard or I'm excluding anyone? Any comments? Did you have a comment, Angel?
Oh yeah, I was gonna say I got a message that someone's in the waiting room.
Oh,
Like a little blip went on top. So
because you're co-host. That's
do you
funny.
want me to-
Yeah, it's Jonathan. Thanks for telling me. He's joining, I think.
Okay.
Hi, Jonathan. Thank you for joining us. We just went over the questions for the town hall. That's the first thing we went over. And the next thing we have here, can y'all see my screen still?
Yeah.
Okay. The next thing I wanted to say, this is kind of a reminder. We have our last town hall on November 13th, which is tomorrow, Friday. Can y'all hear me? Okay, I don't know why it's like my screen is freezing. But yeah, our last town hall is tomorrow. Guys, this is your last commitment for SGA for the semester. And then you're free until spring break-ish for the most part. So please just come show face. It's probably going to be a short meeting because like I mentioned, administrators are probably not going to show up. So I'm probably going to have to end the meeting early. But in either case, I would really appreciate support from my Senate. Now onto old business. We still have a lot of available positions. The VP applications are now available on Get Involved, so you can apply for vice president, committee coordinator, vice president, outreach and communication, as well as vice president, administration. We also have a PR director position available, technology director position available, external affairs director position available. If you are interested, or you know anyone who is interested, please send them to get involved so they can submit an application and we can start onboarding them. Now is the perfect time to do that so we can kind of train them before the next semester starts. Oh, look, Rose, you wanted to talk to your progress report is first.
Okay, so let me pull up the email. I did contact Glass Harry, I think that's his name, and he did send me like just kind of a list in general of the budget. And he did ask if I have the support of SGA. This was on Monday, so I didn't want to answer him before I ask, you guys, if I do have your support on it. I just want to confirm that I do before I message him back and say yes. And as far as that, once I message him back, I do have questions as far as what's the best way to move forward. With the surveys that I made, it's all anonymous, because it's easier to get their unbiased opinion if they didn't have to actually put in information on who they are. So will it be better if I just go another go around with my surveys with, just asking them as far as their name? Yeah, getting people who are willing to put in their information just to have that kind of concrete evidence when I move forward with the proposal.
So you want to know whether or not you should keep the students anonymous?
Yes.
I think as long as you have their permission to put their names, then you should be fine. Make sure you ask permission and respect students' privacy. As far as support from SGA, you have our full support. If you need anything, you let me know. Like, seriously.
Sounds good. And the other one with Shweta, I don't know if she's here, but we already got the answer that we needed. Oh, there she is. As far as we are talking about evidence, Shweta, did you have any ideas?
Yeah, I actually thought over it what evidence we could provide as such for the financial aid. But what I think is people who have already faced an issue, they won't have any proof of that with them. So as a evidence, we have to think over it, like what can we present to them.
Right. So it's basically we're finding things to be able to present that you're telling us that you're sending out feedbacks, but none of the people that we interviewed receive anything. So she's stating that they had a new person that is responsible for it, but they insist that they do send feedbacks, but there's just no sign of feedbacks anywhere. So I don't know how we're going to be able to do that. Like, will it be better to wait it out until the application's open again and find people who would apply?
Yeah, you can do that, but that's a great way to definitely go about it. But you can also ask them how they send out feedback and who they send out feedback to. Because if they say they send an email blast out to like everybody, then you should be able to find
That's basically what they said. They have a committee who looks into who is qualified, and they send denials and to the recipients. So it's basically to everybody who didn't make it and who are receiving it. So as far as I'm concerned, I've yet come across to somebody who received anything. Well, I haven't met anybody who receives scholarship, but to all of those who I know applied, never received any denial or anything.
Exactly. Yeah, that's true.
Okay, then my next suggestion would be to wait it out as the season approaches. So, I mean, maybe they haven't been doing it before and they're going to start doing it just because they're keeping an eye on them. But
okay, that's fair. I can put a list on the students who does apply and compare how many would receive feedbacks by then. So I'll have further proof to give to them in the future. Okay.
Sounds good. Angel.
Cool. Okay. So, I guess I don't have too much. I do have a meeting set up with the director of I know they're not called disability services anymore. I think they're
Accessibility Support
Yes.
Center.
Got it. Yeah. So I do have a meeting with her to kind of talk to her about universal design. And what's cool is in the summer I was on like the student panel when they were like finding the new director for that position. And
Wow.
yeah, and I think she, if I remember correctly, her like whole thing kind of is universal design, and she's
Mhm.
like really into that. So I'm excited to talk with her and get like a lot of good
When
info.
when's your meeting?
Monday at 1:30.
Through Teams?
No, it's on like via phone. I had tried to get it through a Zoom to see if to like for other people to join, but
Mhm.
um they had said that it would be through on a phone call. So I believe Jasera is gonna join me
Oh,
on
perfect.
the call too. So
Yeah, because I have class at that time, so I can't. But I would love to hear more about that. So what I'm thinking is after your meeting, if or during your meeting, if you could take notes and afterwards put them up on Teams just so we can stay updated on what happened in the meeting.
for
That'd be
sure,
great.
I definitely will.
But that's exciting.
I know,
So
I'm excited.
yeah.
So
All right, Catherine and security cameras.
Okay, so I don't have that much of an update, but the police chief sent me the crime logs for 2017, 2018, and 19. So I've been going through them. I finished 2017 and 18 and uploaded them into the Excel document. So I just have to do 2019 and I should be done. And after I do that, I'm going to schedule a meeting with the police chief and go over any questions I have. And then I'll start writing the resolution. And I will let you guys know when I start writing it because I definitely want a little bit of help writing it if it's okay.
Oh, I was about to say maybe I could. Is that your audio, Catherine?
Is that what?
Is that your audio? Sorry, I was like hearing something.
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry.
Oh no, you're okay. But I just wanted to say, yeah, I think we're supposed to help you write it today. I'm so sorry. It's been a quite stressful week. But reach out to me, and if you make a Google Doc, anytime you post edits, I can help edit it. You can put the Google Doc link in the Senate chat, and we can all help you edit it. So
Thank you. I'd really appreciate that.
yeah, no, seriously, no problem. Just text in the group me and be like, the Google Doc is up. Please review. We'll all take a look at it and help you out.
Yeah, and if I can do anything to help too, like get anything started, please just let me know. Just reach out.
Jasera
you.
is like a ball of usefulness. He helps everything, like literally. Anyways, I didn't even know you were in this meeting.
I was late, sorry.
No, you're good. Next up, we have Zoe talking about leniency from professors, and I believe you were working with Itcha and Amanda, right?
Yes. So Itcha recently emailed counseling services about setting up a meeting, and they got back to her asking when we were available. So she's supposed to be emailing them today, telling them like available times that we can meet with them. But as far as like an update goes, yeah, that's all we have. Just setting up a meeting with them.
Okay, what is the meeting going to be about?
We're just gonna voice the concerns that we have, and that we're also going to be sharing statements that we've collected from fellow students as well.
But what's counseling services going to do about that?
We thought that that would be the best office to go to as far as like our resolution goes, unless you have a better like an
Yeah.
alternative.
I mean, counseling services it's like they give you like psychological help, like it's like therapy. So
Mhm.
I'm not sure what they would be able to do about making a change if that's what you're going for. If you want to talk to counseling services to get more like to add that in your resolution and say that you spoke with them and they told you that they've been hearing the same thing or something like that, as like support and evidence, that makes sense. But if you're going to
Yeah.
them to like switch a system or really make a change, they have no control over any of that. So I would recommend still keeping your meeting with counseling services. But then Patrick, who works under the provost?
It would depend on who you're looking for within that area.
So they want to talk about getting leniency from professors.
So I would say that you want to start with
Faculty Senate.
faculty senate.
Yeah.
I would say entertain a meeting with both the provost and the faculty senate president, if
Yeah.
possible, about just doing more research on curriculum adjustment for online presence or something to that effect. And then kind of touching on the counseling services aspect, yes, they could provide
support
the research component or the qualitative or quantitative research that could be useful in reinforcing the rationale or justification of even having the resolution exist. But they would not be the agents of change. They would just be the supporting documentation
All right.
from a well-being angle.
All right. We'll definitely look into that.
There you go. I'm gonna put some information.
If, as I mentioned in the group meet, if y'all can help me with a list of reasons why we should do like, okay, because y'all are working on like talking about.
Are you talking about the grading
reading-
policy, Jay?
Yeah, that's what I'm about to talk
Did
about.
you see what I put in Teams?
No,
Did you hear me earlier?
No.
Okay. I put like 3 to 4 testimonies that I received in the SGA inbox. I copy and pasted them,
Perfect.
screenshots in the Teams chat, and they're like fucking oops, and they're like long paragraphed emails.
Okay.
Like it's like they're each 4 to 5 paragraphs explaining, and they're all from different
Okay.
colleges.
Perfect. And so like I'm trying to again put together as many like quick bulleted points. I can have those things like as backup documentation, but Dr. Blake specifically asked for like bulleted list. So anything that y'all can help me like pull out of those that are like really important highlights would be amazing. So like I know one of the things that I brought up and part of how the conversation started with Dr. Blake was at the vigil, and I mentioned like this the because domestic violence rates have increased, that's one of the reasons why I think having the satisfactory and unsatisfactory option is important for students. And so that was when she asked me to get a bulleted list together for her. So this like comes specifically from her mouth. So I really want to be able to put this together. So any help I would appreciate.
Sounds good. Thank you so much, Sarah. And then Zoe, I put the email for the faculty senate president in the chat, as well as the email for the provost. You can contact these people to make a change, but be sure to mention that you are with SGA, so they don't send you to SGA. And then that's the same thing with Itcha and Amanda. Jasera, do you have an update on restrooms? Or are you working on, you're working on a lot of things, Jay.
I'm working on a lot of things, as always. So restrooms, we did a walkthrough, and we did a walkthrough on this half of the campus. We still have to do the other half to look at the single use single occupancy and other restrooms. So we still have a little bit to go on that, and then it'll be a matter of putting things together with the staff people who who did the walkthrough, including the Dean of Students office. So it's a work in progress, but it's making some really good progress.
Yay. Okay.
I also kind of wanted to add to that because I think this would be a good segue into just bringing up SGA up to speed, especially the Senate. But the Division of Student Affairs is and has submitted information items to the shared governance process regarding a lot of renovation projects that I'm sure SGA is definitely in support of, and we've been talking about them in bits and pieces. So I did mention to those that have asked that SGA is in support. One of them is the renovation and creation of a gender neutral bathroom in SSCB, along with the new career closet, the Hawk Pantry expansion, and phase 2 of the Student Work Center and Lounge, in which we will create a centralized storage area for the orgs and little prep kitchenette area for those that do event prep. So those are things that are coming down the pipeline as well that will help one of the SGA initiatives.
Definitely. Okay. And anybody else have an update? Vivek, are you working with Catherine on the resolution that she's writing? I want to hear Vivek, if you can unmute your mic and speak up, please. Vivek. Can you hear me? Okay, going once. Vivek, can you hear me? Hello? Going twice. Vivek. I don't know if singing it makes it like.
I have something else to say about to update a progress report of something that we've been working on. So also to encourage students to do the evaluations at the end of the semester.
Yes.
They are doing, so something that Hiba and I pitched to the Faculty Senate Executive Committee a while back is a question to add to the student course evaluations about how do we put that?
Like whether or not students feel welcomed in the classroom and comfortable and safe, because we basically presented to them that your learning process is very much so affected by how safe and welcome you feel in the classroom. So we wanted to make sure that students had an opportunity to express that in their evaluation, and that was taken into consideration whenever professors meet their tenure, right? Because you could be a great professor, but be racist as hell, and then I don't want to go to your class. I don't like it. I don't know what it is.
All the isms. And so
all the isms, yeah.
We got the message this morning or last night that they are using that has moved from the executive committee into a committee with the faculty senate. It was announced the whole faculty senate, and that they're piloting a variation of the questions that we gave them on the evaluations this semester. So please encourage students to do their evaluations. Like, this is a really important piece to it. And if it helps like one student, it's worth the fight. Like, this has been an ongoing thing that I've personally been trying to get in since last spring. So again, if y'all can please help encourage students to do the course evaluations this semester, I would really appreciate it.
Mm-hmm. Thank you for that, Jay. Okay, this is gonna be my third and final time. Vivek. Oh, I thought that was him. Oh, I think he left the meeting. Okay. anyways. Next up, we have, this is the last thing on our agenda. I still have that green committee, but nobody to serve on it. Catherine, I'm sorry, I've had a very busy week. I still have to reach out to that professor that you sent me. So I will work on that. But if anybody else can think of anybody that would like to serve on this committee, whether it's students or faculty, I mainly need kind of faculty and staff because I need to ensure that this committee like stays working on things even after the students that are involved graduate, because I'm ready to leave. So
Have you reached out to the staff association, Heba?
no, I still need to do that.
Okay.
I probably need to send, is there a staff association email?
I think so. I
Who's the
don't,
president?
I'm sure Patrick might know. I
believe
don't,
I believe it's usa@uhcl.edu.
Okay, so I'll reach out to them. And then there's open forum. Does anybody have anything to say that I might have missed?
I have something to say, of course.
Yes.
I just want to say thank you, Heba, and to everybody here. I really appreciate the work and the effort that everybody is doing. And I know sometimes it's hard and it's a lot of emotional work along with the other labor to go with that. And it's making a difference. And I just really appreciate that. So thank y'all.
I want to say thank you guys. Also, like I said, I think we're a small team, but we're definitely, everyone I feel like is working very hard, and it's nice to see that we're working on a lot of different things, and we're like everyone's actually meeting with people, collecting data, and trying to write a resolution. So I'm very proud of you guys, and I appreciate your support. Woo! I feel like a president. Did Vivek just join? Oh, he's in the waiting room. Vivek, can you hear me? Hello. All right, I'll just talk to him out there. But that is pretty much it for today's Senate meeting, and I don't quite have any closing remarks because I don't know when the next Senate meeting is going to be. But I will keep you guys posted. All we have left is this town hall tomorrow. And like I said, it's probably not even going to be too long because we probably won't have many administrators in attendance. But the least we can do is have students there to show that it's important and it matters. And we still want answers to these questions, right? So I would really appreciate your support, your attendance, and your participation. So don't just show up and mute your mic and turn off your camera. Like, turn on your camera, show that you're listening and that you're there and that you care, please. That would be great. Also, Vivek was just having technical difficulties, so I'm probably just gonna send him the recording. He tried to like rejoin and stuff a bunch of times. But yeah, please come to our town hall tomorrow. Have a great rest of your week. Keep us updated on the Senate Teams chat on your resolutions. Catherine, when you make the Google Doc, don't forget to put it in the chat. Everybody else, just again, keep updating us with your resolutions and stay safe.
Thank you so much, Heba.
Bye, y'all.
Well
Thank you,
done,
guys.
Heba, and well done, senators. Keep up the great work and let us know if you need anything.